Hey guys, what's up? Today I have an RU match. This one is against Njanarkist. I believe is how you're supposed to say that, I guess, because his in-game name is Anarchist, even though they're both spelled wrong because they're spelled with a K, not a CH. And yeah, I don't know what NJ is. Maybe New Jersey. Doesn't really matter. Anyways, my team's I don't know. I looked at his team and I'm like, Pythagoras is gonna be a big issue. I mean, I do have two things with stab super effective moves, in that my Golurk and my what the hell is that thing called? The Crawdont. But you know, not getting Will-O-Wisp and setting up, and that's another story. So he's going to leave the Primeape. He's going to go for the U-turn, which tells me he's Scarfed because he goes first. Going to go for the Volt Switch, which I kind of thought I should use Bug Buzz just in case Rotom, or in this case this, comes in. But yeah, whatever. I can go out, go to Golurk. He's going to U-turn, which does 20 damage, which is nothing, as I go for the Substitute. And he switches into Rotom. And yeah, I'm looking pretty good because I got a sub up and I can go for the Focus Punch and hit him. He's going to flat switch out because obviously he doesn't want to Volt Switch because that won't do anything. And he doesn't want to be Leaf Storming me because that's kind of counterproductive sort of thing. I'm going to go for the Focus Punch. He's going to switch to Uxie, which is slightly unfortunate, but better than Pythagoras, I guess. At least to do some damage. He's going to go for the Rest, and I'm like, what? Rest is kind of rare on an Uxie, I guess. But now I go for the Shadow Punch. It's going to do significantly more. I mean, that's quite... it's like 75 versus, what is it, 180? And then Iron Fist on both. Go for the Focus Punch again, kind of ballsy, but I was predicting it would switch into Aggron, and I wasn't sure if his Aggron would have speed investment and be faster than me, so I wanted to hit him on the switch in, but Focus Punch would still hit Uxie, and I thought it might still kill him. Unfortunately, he is going to switch, and it's going to be Pythagoras, which does nothing. I go for the Earthquake here specifically for the fact that I don't want to get the Mummy to ruin my Iron Fist. However, I probably should have just done it, because unless he Will-O-Wisps here, which he's not going to, I have to switch out anyway, so it's kind of a dumb idea. But yeah, so like I said, I'm just sort of seeing if he'll Will-O-Wisp. I'm going to go for the sub twice, just, you know, figuring, or not twice, I was gonna, but I'm like, you know what, whatever, let's go to Miltank. If he hexes, it does nothing. If he Will-O-Wisps me, I have Heal Bell, so it's not a big deal. Plus I can get up Stealth Rock, which will help just because it's Stealth Rock, and especially if he's got like Sturdy or Focus Sash anywhere on his like Aggron or anything like that. And yeah, but he burns me, which doesn't matter. I have Sazong Toss as my only attack, and like I said, Heal Bell. So yeah, I go to Slowking here because I think a Shadow Ball would do just around a third, so even a status boosted Hex would only do like a little more because it's 100 versus 80, but he'd have to burn me first. He goes into Uxie. I'm going to Ice Beam him just in case he wants to go to his Rotom, and that's going to work out because it still kills him either way. He goes into Feraligatr. I figured he'd Dragon Dance and not have like random crunch or whatever. So I go for the Thunder Wave, which is going to slow him down so that his Dragon Dancing is really not that beneficial. I mean, still giving him attack boost, sure, but he's slow. Although Slowking is still slower because Slowking is just that damn slow. I go for the Skull, just figure it'll do a bit of damage, and I was thinking he'd hit me with like an Earthquake or a Return, do about 70%, and then I can switch out and heal a bunch up with Regenerator. But he doesn't, so I'm gonna switch out here, and it's like, it's weird because if I had have gotten out to any other Pokemon, I could have killed him. Outsped him and killed him, no questions asked. But you know, I went out to Miltank because I'm like, I don't really need it, just for its Primeape, and his Primeape's like, I have things for his Primeape, and it's like he's got stab super effective hit on me, so it's like kind of dumb. But yeah, he got really greedy going for +3, and I don't know, it was really weird. But you know, he kills me, so it's fine. I'm gonna go to Galvantula. He's gonna switch out. I almost clicked Bug Buzz, but I'm like, if he goes to Pythagoras, and even if I do, like if he stays in and I kill him, he's gonna go to Pythagoras, and I'm gonna be screwed. So Volt Switch works. You know, I mean, it doesn't kill Rotom, but it's still gonna do a decent amount of damage, and I'm gonna get the switch off. I figured because his primary Scarf, he'd be Specs, and that's sort of confirmed here because he's going to switch out, which he could have Volt switched out, but because I'm Scarfed, and he's probably thinking I'm Scarfed because of how I brought it in aggressively, I know he's Specs. I'm going to go for Flare Blitz, which easily kills for Alligator, and, you know, 2-hit KOs him anyway. He could have had Aqua Jet, but with Dragon Dance, it's kind of weird. The thing I was worried about was that he'd be Resto Chesto, which, because, I didn't see anything, but, he's not, I guess. So, go to Golurk. I figure U-turn, Stone Edge, close combat, none of them really do much, only Ice Punch, and that's probably not a good chance. Not a good move to go for on a fire type, so he doesn't. He goes for close combat. I get a free sub up. Here, I know he's, not really low enough, but I'm just going to go for the Shadow Punch, and that's going to do way more than enough to where a non-Iron Fisted Shadow Punch, I want to call it Ghost Punch, but it's not. Shadow Punch will kill him, and that's exactly what's going to happen. He's going to hit me with a Hex, which is still going to break the sub, as it has been doing in the past, because that should be no surprise. His special attack's like, what, 95? So it's an alright move. But, yeah, so I take him out with another Shadow Punch, and he goes into Primeape. I figured now he's going to go for the Ice Punch, so I can switch out to my Emboar, which won't do, anything. But he's actually going to go for the Punishment, which is a little bit of a weird move. If you're not aware, Punishment basically adds damage. It's kind of like Stored Power, except versus your opponent. The more boost they have, the more damage it does. And it works in a, I think, identical formula. It's just Dark type. So it's really not good. It's good against like Cofagrigus mainly, and like, I guess Slowking and things like that. Golurk probably, but it's not like just for the typing. The actual like added effect is not really that great for very much that I can think of on the spot. But anyways, I'm going to switch to Slowking here. Figure I can take any hit he wants to go for, and I can indeed take any hit. Well, U-turn would have probably done a little more, but whatever. Here I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave. Not really sure why he switched out. I guess he thought I'd go for the Psychic, but no, I'm going to go for the Thunder Wave because I know his Rotom's floating around, and if I paralyze either of his guys, it's really going to cripple them. A Scarf or a fairly fast, Rotom, plus the fact that it means I outspeed him and can hit him. I don't kill him with an Ice Beam, but he is going to get fully paralyzed, which in the end doesn't really matter because I don't need Slowking to beat him. I don't even think a Punishment would do more than half to my Golurk, and I still have Galvantula and Emboar, so it's not a big deal. Plus I also have a full health Crawdaunt. So, yeah, he hits me with the Stone Edge because he can't go for close combat because I have an immunity. Punishment, I have a resist. Same with Stone Edge, but Stone Edge is stronger, but it has less PP and it can miss. So it's kind of... But, again, Punishment is like... I think it's only like 40 base power or something, or 50. But, yeah, doesn't really matter because I end up paralyzing him and killing him through Scald. He's going to get paralyzed again, but again, it's not a big deal. I can still recover. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed that little RU match. It was pretty fun. I like it when I see their Scarfer immediately because then it's like... Because Rotom's usually choiced. And when I see your Scarfer, it's like, oh, yay, now I know Rotom's not Scarf, so I don't have to worry about that. Especially when I had a slow-ish Scarfer in Emboar, because he's like 65 base speed, I think. So he's not that fast, but he's alright. He outspeeds a lot of stuff, unless you're like... No, I think he even still... No, not a Swallow. I don't think he outspeeds Swallow. Is like, something, or like Electrode or whatever, but I don't really need to worry about those. So anyways, like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you all next time.